Hey, I'm Tara Spencer-Nairn, and I just wanted to wish you all a very happy holiday. We do Christmas Eve in Toronto, and then we often fly Christmas Day to Vancouver. So we have Christmas with everybody. It's so relaxing.
It's a really nice.
Right? My dad used to, this is when I lived in Vancouver, and we actually did have a proper fireplace that worked and a chimney. And my dad would always go down and he would do the boots, and he would put the boots in the, because we'd always have, we would never have a fire the night before because we would never let that happen, but there would always be soot. So he would do the boots, and he would have the footprints. And I love that. It was one of my favorite things. And I think I was probably a sucker for Santa Claus for a really long time. I might have been someone who believed in Santa Claus probably longer than I should have. The things that I am trying to carry on, and I started with my son last year, and hopefully I'll find some time this year, is we're starting to try and do homemade decorations for the tree. Because our tree, when it was just Josh and I, was quite boring. And it's still boring, but as every year goes, I think it's gonna get a little more interesting. And so and it's just a really fun thing to do, and I love looking at my Christmas tree at home and just seeing all these things. They're ugly. They're so ugly and they're sparkly. Some of them kind of look like poop, but like literally. But that's what Christmas is about. It's about memories and creating memories and having these beautiful things that represent family and things that you guys have done together. This year is going to be the first year that I am going to attempt to bring a tourtière to the Glover clan's Christmas. They do Christmas Eve. So tourtière is something that my mother's French Canadian, and it was very much a part of our holiday tradition. So I'm gonna try and bring a piece of my history and my past into theirs. Last year was the first year that I went with my son to the mall and we purchased a gift to give to Toy Mountain. And that was the first year we did that. It was a little confusing for him, a little hard, but we did it, and I think that's going to be something that we're going to do every year. So his big thing is when the Sears catalog comes out, he sleeps with it. So from the day it arrives at our house, it has not arrived yet. We've been asked every single day if it arrived. It is not here yet, but when it gets here, he will sleep with it and tell us every single day what new thing he would like to ask Santa for. So that goes on for about a month. 2 Christmases ago, it was the ice storm. And we were supposed to have Christmas in North York at my husband's parents' place, but their power was out, completely out. North York it was done. We were leaving for Vancouver the next day, and we get a phone call, I think on maybe the 22nd, or the 23rd, saying, we have no power. We're not gonna get the power back until, they're saying, the 27th or the 28th. So Christmas dinners at your house, there were 25 people coming. Thankfully, my mother-in-law had already purchased everything. Some of the stuff was already cooked. So all of a sudden, cars showed up with all this food. We were like borrowing chairs from, people were like eating on a sofa. It was, what we thought was going to be a disaster, but it just ended up being great. It's, again, the spirit of Christmas. Everyone just puts on a happy face. We're so grateful. We're so lucky, to have the family and friends that we have, everyone's health, and to be able to sit down and have an amazing meal together. So it really doesn't matter where you are, how it happens. Yeah, it was a little messy, it was a little squishy, not really as planned, but everyone had a really good time, and we left the next day. I don't know what people did with the dishes, but when we got back, they were done. So I'm fine with that. Yeah, it's all that matters. A new kitchen. Is that too much? Is that greedy? I don't know. Santa does stuff like that, right? Yeah? I mean, he can take down walls. I mean, he's magic, right? He can do that overnight. No, my husband will totally just be like, you're crazy.